Have you ever struggled to remember information you just learned? You're not alone. Many people experience the frustration of forgetting. We read textbooks, attend lectures, and highlight key points, yet the knowledge seems to slip away. This common problem highlights the need for more effective learning strategies. Passive learning, like simply reading or listening, often fails to create lasting memories. What if there was a way to make learning stick? A method that transforms information into lasting knowledge? The answer lies in actively engaging with the material, and one highly effective approach is the generation strategy. The generation strategy is a simple yet powerful learning technique. It involves actively trying to recall or generate information before actually learning it. Instead of passively absorbing facts, you actively engage your brain by attempting to answer questions or solve problems related to the topic at hand. This process of struggling to recall information before being given the answer significantly enhances understanding and retention. Peter Brown, co-author of the book Make It Stick. The Science of Successful Learning emphasizes the effectiveness of this approach. He states, when we generate, we're not just passively receiving information, we're actively creating connections in our brains. This active creation of connections is key to moving information from short-term to long-term memory. Imagine a group of anatomy students preparing for a challenging exam. Instead of simply memorizing bone names and muscle groups, they decide to use the generation strategy. Before reviewing their notes, they attempt to draw a skeletal diagram from memory. They test each other on muscle functions and quiz themselves on the pathways of major blood vessels. Initially, they struggle. They realize gaps in their knowledge and areas where their understanding is fuzzy. However, this struggle is precisely what makes the generation strategy so effective. By actively trying to retrieve information, they identify their weak points and prime their brains for learning. When they finally review their notes, the information sticks. They understand the connections between different body systems and can recall details with greater ease. The effort they put into generating answers beforehand pays off in a deeper, more lasting understanding of anatomy. Putting the generation strategy into practice is simple. Start by breaking down your learning material into manageable chunks. For each section, formulate questions that test your understanding. For example, if you're studying history, instead of just reading about a historical event, ask yourself, what were the causes of this event? What were the key players involved? What were the short-term and long-term consequences? Once you have your questions, resist the urge to immediately look for answers. Instead, take some time to actively generate your own responses, even if they're incomplete or partially incorrect. This process of active recall forces your brain to work harder and make connections. After attempting to answer the questions, review the material to check your understanding and fill in any gaps.